I noticed something else here that you call the federal government the Messianic. Well, I guess I'm saying this right. You call the federal government the Messianic state. What in the world do you mean by that?
Well, it's a sad state of affairs, but government that we have now in Washington has grown so big and so distant, from the people, and it's just the size and complexity and the reach of the federal government is just really beyond the comprehension of the average citizen in the United States. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of laws on the books for them to use however suits them. They keep asking for more power here, more power there. Sometimes they tell us it's needed for organized crime. Sometimes they say it's needed for terrorism, but then they turn it on the average citizen. And the government of the United States today, in my opinion, has drifted so far, from the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, and from the fears that the founders of this country had of big government. Of course, big government and the big heavy hand of government was England and King George to them, and they didn't want that to ever happen. They wanted to not create a government that would be a mirror of that, but that would truly be a government where liberty was prized and cherished. And today, what we have a big atheistic state in Washington, and they really want to be our gods. They want us to believe and look to them for everything, that they provide all of our needs, and all we need to do is bow before them and worship Washington. And their chief competitor for the hearts and minds of the people, just like it has been down through the ages for the last 2,000 years, is Jesus Christ. And so this Messianic state who wants to be our gods, they have to try to separate us from him. And you look around now in the headlines and all the cultural battles that are being fought across the country, and where Christians are being called on to mute their faith, to not practice it or speak of it in the public square. It's just full force upon us now, and it's only going to get worse. But the Messianic state, I think, is, if I had to, somebody asked me to give one term that I thought described the government today, and that would be it. Big and personal, but wants to be our guides and wants to be our all in all. And of course, to a Christian, that can never, ever happen. We look to a higher power and to the law above the law.